Single dad was paid to ruin a blind date with a dwarf girl, but her reaction changed everything. This is the story of how the worst decision of his life became the beginning of something he never saw coming. The restaurant was called Amelia's, the kind of place where soft jazz played in the background and the wine list had no prices. Cormac Henley felt like an imposter the moment he stepped through the heavy wooden door, his one good blue shirt suddenly feeling cheap under the warm amber lighting. His hands were sweating. The hostess led him past couples leaning close over candlelight and businessmen nursing scotch toward a corner table where a woman sat alone. Cara Collins. She was more striking in person than in the photo Bryce had shown him. Platinum blonde hair framed her face in soft waves, and she wore a deep red dress that made her look stunning. She sat on a custom cushion, phone in her hands. For just a second before she looked up, Cormac saw something vulnerable in her expression. Hope, maybe. Then she saw him. The shift was instant. Expectation turned to confusion, confusion to recognition, and recognition to something cold and sharp that made his stomach drop. "You're not Vance," she said flatly. Cormac froze. "No. I'm not." She set her phone down with deliberate precision. "I've seen his picture. His sister showed me. So what is this?" "I can explain." "Can you?" Her voice rose just enough that nearby diners glanced over. "Because from where I'm sitting, this looks like a joke. Did Vance send you here to make fun of the dwarf girl who thought someone wanted to have dinner with her?" The word hit hard. Not because it was cruel, but because of the resignation behind it. Like she'd learned to expect this. "It's not like that," Cormac said, even though he knew how hollow it sounded. "Then what is it?" Her eyes were fierce. "What's the punchline?" Cormac sat because his legs wouldn't hold him anymore. The smart thing would've been to lie, to salvage the money Bryce promised. But looking at her, at the dignity and fury she was holding together, he couldn't. "There's no punchline," he said quietly. "I was paid to come here. $600. Vance didn't want the date. I was supposed to make you never want to be set up again." The silence was crushing. "You were paid," she repeated slowly. "To sabotage my date." "Yes." She laughed, humorless. "At least you're honest about being horrible." "I never meant to mock you," he said quickly. "I was just supposed to be forgettable." "Oh, well, that makes it so much better." Her eyes shone, but she refused to cry. "Do you know what it's like to spend your life proving you're worthy of basic human decency?" "No," he admitted. "I don't. I stopped dating 2 years ago," she said. "Because every person was either fetishizing me, humoring me, or setting me up for a joke. And tonight I actually thought maybe it would be different." She stood, pulling out her wallet. "Congratulations. You earned your money." "I don't want it," he said. "Sure you don't." She grabbed her bag. "Let me guess. You have a sad story." "I do," Cormac said. "But I'm not asking for pity." He told her about his daughter, about losing his wife, about $47 in his bank account and an electric bill about to be shut off. When he finished, Cara looked at him for a long moment. "I didn't choose my body," she said quietly. "But I've spent my life paying for it." "You're not less than anything," he said. "Don't," she warned. "I need to leave." She paused once, her expression unreadable. "If fate decides we cross paths again, maybe we'll talk then." And she walked out, head high. The next morning, Cormac returned the money. Bryce stared at him like he was insane. "You're walking away from $600 over a girl you don't even know?" "Yes," Cormac said. "I am." 5 days later, Cormac was at the Wilmington Public Library with his daughter, Poppy. It was their Saturday ritual. Free. Safe. Constant. "Daddy," Poppy said, "did you know octopuses have 3 hearts?" Maybe they have a lot of love to give, he smiled. She ran off toward the horse books, and that's when he saw her. Kara. Standing by the fiction shelves, jeans and a cream sweater, absorbed in a book. His first instinct was to leave. But he'd already been a coward once. Kara, he said softly. The walls went up immediately. You. I just wanted to apologize properly. She studied him. Why did you give the money back? I didn't want it. A small voice interrupted them. Daddy. The horse is okay. Poppy skidded to a stop, eyes wide at Kara. You're little like me. Are you a fairy? Kara laughed. A real laugh. I'm not a fairy, she said. I just didn't grow as tall. Oh. Poppy nodded. That's okay. My daddy's body works different too. Something shifted in Kara's expression. They spent the morning together. And then the next Saturday. And the one after that. Slowly, carefully, they told each other their stories. About loss. About loneliness. About learning how to survive. Cormac told her about Celia. About holding her hand when she died. About learning how to be okay because his daughter needed him to be. Kara told him about growing up different. About being treated like less. About choosing to stop hoping. In June, Kara invited them to her apartment. Poppy was instantly adopted by her cat, Biscuit. There were cookies and laughter and something warm growing where shame used to live. That night, Kara told him the truth about her family. About her father. About the money she never touched. I like you, she said simply. And I want to be just Kara with you. I care about you, Cormac said. Not your name. Not your money. She cried. Then she smiled. Summer passed. Kara helped him find a better job without ever making him feel small. Poppy got new shoes. A bigger apartment. Stability. Are we rich now? Poppy asked. No, he said. But we're okay. Being okay is very good, she nodded. By fall, love had crept in quietly, patiently. And one October Saturday in the library, Cormac finally said it out loud. I love you. Kara kissed him and said it back. A year after the worst decision of his life, Cormac knelt between beanbag chairs in the children's section of the library. Will you marry me? Yes, Kara said, crying. Of course. They married in spring. Small. Honest. Joyful. Poppy threw petals like it was the most important job in the world. And as the sun set that evening, Cormac realized something. The worst decision of his life hadn't destroyed him. It cracked him open. And through that crack, love found its way in.